It is so important to have all the snacks. If you run out of snacks, the day is over. Welcome to Egg's Most Okayest Farm Girls. I'm Annaliese.
And I'm Courtney. Grab a drink. We're here to help.
Courtney, do you know what Tom just said to me?
What did he say?
He said, if you and Courtney are texting for hours before you even record the podcast, how do you even have anything to talk about on the podcast? And I was like, listen here, mister. We talk about a lot of things on the podcast, but there's still certain things that we only tell each other privately. Yes.
Plus, sometimes we say something really funny and we're like, we're going to have to repeat that because we're fucking hilarious.
Exactly. Now write that one down for next time.
Yes.
Anyways, today we are going to talk about farming with children because it is like the number one question we get. You broads are out there in the trenches with your littles, trying to survive, trying to get shit done, and you're just like, how do we do it? And I feel like me and Courtney we're out of the trenches, right? Our kids are a little bit older. We are not just surviving, we're more like thriving, but we remember how hard it was. People don't forget.
Yeah, it was not my favorite time, to be honest. And we're going to talk a little bit just like in general about parenting and how hard it is.
We're going to go through it all, but let's start, I guess, at the beginning for you gals out there who are farming and you have little ones that probably need to be like tied up or put in a calf hutch or boxed up so that you can get your chores done. Let's start there because that is the hardest part. And I guess that was like the first thing I want to say. You're in the hardest part right now. But know that it is just a phase. It's not going to last forever. It gets easier and easier every year that they get older.
Yes, a season of life. As they get older, they get a little more independent. You can trust them a little more that they're not going to do something crazy. But I totally remember that, driving them around in my car to make them fall asleep just so I could go work cattle.
I mean, for me, like, it's just so funny that I thought after I had the twins, I was like, it'll be business as usual. I'll go back to the farm. They'll just be with me. It'll be fine. And I tried. I tried real hard, I feel like. And at the end of the day, I was like, this can't be done. I can't look after these two little nuggets and safely get any work done. So I ended up just spending more time at home. And luckily, I had the option to do that. I know not everybody does. So I guess if you're in it, what suggestions do we have to survive? Let's start there. I think the hardest part still to this day for me is that I thrive on efficiency. And it's all in my head. Like I just want to get things done as quick as possible, as well as possible. But when you have kids, that is no longer your reality. So just like throw that idea out the window. Like you have to have a mindset change.
Accept that you're not maybe going to get as much done and you're not going to get it done as quickly as you would like.
Exactly. Lower the bar and then go ahead and just lower it again. It's just like if you can get anything done, it's a win. Everything's going to take longer. Get that in your head. Yeah, I don't know, the efficiency thing. Because even to this day, the kids are 8 and like we'll be feeding calves and they'll want to stop and pet every calf, or every time we're like at the calf's hutch giving it its milk, they want to talk about what its name should be. And it's like all this cute stuff. And these are the memories. And I want, like in my head, I'm like, I should take the time to have this conversation with them, dilly-dally around a little bit. But also in my head, I'm like, can we just get this goddamn job done? Because I still have to go home and make you little turds supper. And then they're like, let's jump on the trampoline. I'm like, yeah, but you're going to want to eat. And if I don't have supper ready when you want to eat, all hell breaks loose.
Right.
It's just so hard to let go of that to-do list and that idea of timing. I guess. Because that was
Very
the other
hard.
hard part too. Like especially when they were little, everything had to revolve around their naps.
Mm-hmm.
And someone wrote in, I think she was kind of struggling. Her husband has an off the farm job, so she's responsible for the kids, the farm. I think she said beef. I don't know if they had some other critters. So like
Chores.
she's got the chores, she's got the kids, she's got the house. She's got like 5 different jobs and was still feeling like she wasn't doing enough. And it's like, girl, you're doing it all.
She said that she felt like a horrible mom, a horrible wife, horrible farmer.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish none of us felt that way because we're all just doing our very best.
Exactly. Maybe I should just read that confession/question. Okay. So she wrote in and said, I related so much to the woman who wrote in struggling to get things done with a busy 1-year-old. My 1-year-old also started walking at 9 months and he is a crazy climber. I feel like he's a bad influence on my 3-year-old son. I would love to hear more of your guys' tips and tricks for surviving this time of life. I know you've touched on it before, but I'm a beef farmer and I also used to have a full-time job outside of that, but now I'm a stay-at-home mom and I'm struggling with my value and I hate being in the house. But I wouldn't send my children to somebody else either. Would just love more tips and perspective. You're probably like, chill, woman. This is a podcast, not a counseling service. To which I replied, we are a counseling service.
I would never shame you or judge you for that.
This is
No way.
therapy. Welcome. Sit down, relax, grab a warm beverage. We're here to give you our unsolicited advice.
Yeah, I'm totally qualified. Let's do this. I'm just kidding. I'm not, but I will give you my opinion.
Yeah. We have no idea if any of this will work, but hopefully you'll feel less alone.
Yes.
So, some tips, tricks for trying to farm with littles. I guess creating safe zones, like some go-to spots where you have maybe special toys or it's like a sandbox. Maybe they're fenced in. They can't get the doors open. Like it's some little corner that you know they are safe and it's nearby while you do chores. For me, like I had this little red wagon with rubber tires and like we lived in that in the farm because I'd throw the kids in, I'd throw toys in there. It had an umbrella to protect them from the sun. They'd have their snacks. I'd wheel them around. We'd pump some jams. Like they stayed in that pretty well. They'd crawl out, but at least like it slowed them down where I could be like, oh, you're climbing out. Let's readjust. And there was just a lot of readjusting too. I don't know, just a new routine of figuring it out, really.
Our safe zone was, like I said earlier, it was our vehicle. And so I would drive them around until they fell asleep. Like I would work cattle during their nap time and I would pull our vehicle straight up to, usually like we were working cattle in order to AI them at the time. And so I would like pull my vehicle right up to the chute because you just can't let your toddler or children wander like in that situation with longhorns.
Right.
I couldn't focus on what I was doing if I knew my kids were just like wandering around. It was not a good place. So I would pull it straight up to the chute, blast the air conditioning, roll down the window so I could hear them crying if they woke up. That seemed to work the best for me in our situation.
Yeah, I said probably similar for us, like just planning around nap times, trying to figure out when I could take help and what worked. Because I like same as this girl that wrote in, like I didn't want to take our kids elsewhere for daycare, nor could we afford it.
Right?
So thankful I was able to like kind of keep working, not as much as I did, but I could keep working and I could save us money by taking care of our kids. So if you're listening, remember, like, this is a job. It's important. And I think the hardest part of it all really is that you're losing yourself. You're losing that efficiency. You're losing your independence because now you are at the whims of your children. Your old schedule was based around yourself and the cows or the animals. And now you got to flip it to work around the kids. And it's a mind fuck.
Mm-hmm. It's a huge adjustment.
When you get to let them be part of it, it slows down that efficiency, but those are where the core memories are made. That's how you get your kids excited about agriculture, excited about what it is you do. I think something I still kind of struggle with is I'm not at the farm as much as Tom. Like, Tom is there pretty much all day. And I do my calf stuff and I take care of the kids. And sometimes I think the kids forget that I also work. Like, I'm just mom to them, the mom who feeds calves. You know what I mean? Like, the more I can involve them and show them what I do and how important it is, the more they realize, like, oh, like, she's not just my mom. She knows what she's doing too. Her job's important. Maybe I want her job one day. I don't know. It takes longer, but let them be part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, and that's more so as they get older.
Yeah. And that's what we wanted. I mean, that's why I left healthcare, because dragging them around in that stage was so difficult, but it's ultimately what I wanted. I wouldn't have it any other way. So,
yes.
Worth it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Remember, it's a lifestyle. And your life just doesn't look like it did before you had kids, and it's going to change every year that they get older. Because before you know it, they're going to be into sports and you're going to be running around and you're going to have to change your schedule to fit all their sporting activities and oy vey. Other tips. Have, like a stroller or a baby carrier parked where you worked most. Like I said, that was a wagon for me. It was the truck for you. Have a farm bag that is always stocked with diapers, snacks, extra clothes. It is so important to have all the snacks. If you run out of snacks, the day is over. Don't run out of snacks.
Yes. And like we said last time, exclusive toys in your bag. Toys that they've never seen before, because then it's more exciting and it will hold their attention longer.
I also find, and again, this is maybe starting more at like the 4-year-old, 5-year-old age, but when you can give them duties or chores or tasks and get them really involved so that they feel like they have a job and they are helping the farm, that's huge too. Like, their attention span switches when you give them that work and that independence. They're like, oh, this is my thing. That's helpful.
Yeah. Like, could you give them sand and some buckets and be like, I need you to fill these buckets up.
Right.
Very important.
Very important.
Very important. I need to dump this over there by the cows. They need this.
Yeah.
Get to work.
Get to work. That's actually genius. Yeah, I don't know. Give yourself grace. Again, remember it's a phase. But also, like, make sure you are taking time for yourself. Keep one thing that is for yourself. Maybe you don't want full-time childcare, but what if you could find some high school kid, at least in the summertime, to watch your kids during chores at least 1 or 2 nights a week? So you can listen to, I don't know, maybe this podcast while you do your chores, or a murder mystery, or some 90s country music. Like, it's okay to ask for help, to take time for yourself, because as farm moms, we're doing so many jobs. It's so many jobs. It's the kids, the house, the farm. A lot of us have side hustles. Like,
if you made up an invoice for all of your services, I bet it'd be $500,000 a year.
For sure. Okay. Well, I don't know. Hopefully that's helpful. I guess one other thing I kind of wanted to talk about too. Something I think we as farm moms struggle with that nobody else probably does is, like, when we had kids, my life was really turned upside down. I lost my independence. My life revolved around the kids. And I don't want to, like, not credit my husband for being helpful, because we are partners. I love him. I appreciate him. But his mind is not operating the same way mine is. Like, he's able to go to the farm and just think about and fixate on his farm chores. Where if I go to the farm, I'm keeping my eyeballs on the children running around. I'm trying to do my chores. I'm keeping an eye on the time because I know it's a matter of time before someone has to go to the bathroom or need a diaper change or a snack or naps are coming up or what time do I need to get supper in the oven. Like, I'm sorry, do you think Tom's thinking about any of those things?
Right.
No.
You think it's going to be 50-50, but usually you take on like the mental load of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of it, but the majority. Like, so I feel you. That was a really hard adjustment that I went through as well.
Same. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel, you guys. I mean, my kids are 8. It's a hell of a lot easier. I don't have to worry anymore. Just hang in there. Hang in there. God damn it.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I see some women on social media too that are just like, ugh, don't complain about your kids. Every moment is magical for me and I just love every stage. And I'm just like, really?
I'm trying, Cher. I'm trying.
I absolutely love my kids. No regrets, but like,
not every moment.
It's hard.
Yes. We can't pretend it's rainbows and butterflies every day because there's moments of rainbows and butterflies throughout the day, but there are also various thunderstorms. It is a constant roller coaster.
Right. And stop trying to shame me just because I feel like this is hard.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. If you aren't talking a little shit about motherhood, then I don't know what's wrong with you. Because this is coming from 2 women who like miscarried, had tough pregnancies. We went through it. We love our kids, but that 2 things can be true, you know, like we can love them and still struggle.
Yeah, we can vent about it, but it doesn't mean we don't love our kids as much.
Exactly. Look, we are always telling you that you have to share your story.
Because if you don't, who will?
When we started podcasting, we knew we couldn't do it alone, which is why we work with Jill Carr Podcasting. Not only did she help us launch our podcast, but she still edits episodes and takes care of all the behind-the-scenes crap that we want nothing to do with.
And if one of the things holding you back from launching a podcast is you're afraid you'll run out of episode ideas that align with your business, Jill created a custom GPT that helps you turn your expertise into an endless stream of strategic episode ideas.
If you've ever considered sharing your story in podcast form, well, guess what? This is your sign. Check out Jill Carr Podcasting and share your story today.
Anyways, moving on.
Speaking of kids, you want to bitch about yours a little bit, don't you?
Well, we're just going through something over here. Parenting in the digital age that we are in, it just adds a whole nother level of just challenging moments.
Yeah.
So my daughter just really got into like YouTube shorts. And at first I'm like, well, you know, I can see it. Sometimes we would just have it on the TV. So like I'm watching, I'm making sure everything's appropriate. And her biggest thing is she used to watch like organizational videos, like of them organizing their makeup vanity or doing skincare routines. Just like what I thought was pretty harmless stuff and like ASMR stuff. Okay. But it got to the point where as soon as she would get home from school, she would go straight to YouTube. And I felt like she forgot how to be a kid and like play.
Yeah.
For a moment there. So I finally just had to delete everything and be the mean mom. But it was that constant scrolling addictive behavior that like it's addictive for adults. So of course kids are susceptible to that.
Right.
And I'm not like a no screen time kind of parent. I'll never be that way. But I had to delete the YouTube because it was getting out of control.
I mean, honestly, I'm glad you did. I had to do the same thing because my kids were well, they just always wanted to watch YouTube. And I'm like, go watch cartoons like a normal child. Why are you watching all this weird shit? You're watching people play Minecraft and you don't even play Minecraft. We don't have video games. So why?
Right.
I don't understand. And then I was actually talking with a group of friends about this last night. And one of them was saying she was letting her kids watch YouTube. And it started out as like, she's like, I was watching the beginning. It's like Bluey. It's, these minions. It's very kid friendly. You think it's okay and you walk away. In the middle of it, they're like slicing and dicing, murdering one of the minions. And there's like blood going out everywhere. And her son was like, Mom! And like, so thank God her son said something. And so now I think she got rid of YouTube too. But like, that's terrifying. I just hate not knowing where the algorithm is going to take them. Right. And that's why I am a mean mom too.
I had YouTube Kids. So I thought that like inappropriate content would be flagged and removed. But even without that happening, like it still was just had a negative impact on the whole household. And I feel like some kids, like my youngest one, I can say it's time to get off the YouTube and go play outside, and she will.
Yeah.
It's not a huge meltdown.
But the older, she's getting feisty, if she's anything like my daughter.
Right.
Talks back about it. Yeah.
This whole thing came about by, I was scrolling the... I'm such a hypocrite. But I found this.
It is such a struggle, though, because like we've talked about this so many times. Our phone is not just a phone. It's not just for social media. Like we read articles, we read emails, we reply. Like it's business oriented. So it's like we need it, but I need to be better at like not scrolling in front of my kids. Because even when we're watching like a family friendly movie or something at night, I'm still kind of like scrolling because no offense, I've seen The Lion King 100 times. I know the dad dies. Like, can I do something else?
I know. It's like we don't even know how to be bored anymore. But like, I have that same issue. I'm like, I don't want to watch this Demon Hunters again. So what do we do?
I'm going off on one little tangent here. Speaking of, we're unable to be bored. I was at the eye doctor the other day and I had to get my eyes dilated. And then, it gets to a point where you can't see shit anymore. And so now I'm just sitting in this room all by myself and I can't even look at my phone or like talk to anybody. Like I'm just alone with my thoughts and feelings. Like get me out of this box of emotions. Like I need my
phone. I don't want to be alone with my thoughts.
No.
It's the last place I want to be.
So then I just started like fumbling around in there looking at all the gadgets and opening the drawers. Like you can't.
You did not.
Just getting comfortable in there.
Do you remember when we were younger and we would open up the cabinets when we had to take a poop and like take out shampoo bottles and read the backs of every shampoo bottle? Did you do that?
No, I'm a fast pooper. We've talked about this. I just get in and out. I'm not.
You barely
not
sit
there
down
for a good time. I'm just there for a short time. Oh, okay.
Someone out there is listening and they're like, yeah, I used to do that too. Anyways.
Yeah, back to whatever the hell you were saying.
Okay, yes. So I saw this child therapist. Her screen name is @earlyemotions. Okay. And so she was talking about all this and she realized that she had a lot of kids that were coming in to see her and just having all sorts of behavioral issues and addictions to scrolling YouTube shorts. So she had some helpful things to say. You should check her out and some tips on how to kind of regain the control.
Yeah. Sage wants to
get rid of it.
MSN or like Facebook, MSN Messenger, whatever that's called. But there's like a kid's version of it.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I want to get it because my friend has it and then we can talk on our tablets. And I'm like, well, you're only allowed to use your tablet in your car. So, or not your car, my car. Like, otherwise, you're not even on your tablet. I'm not letting you I don't know. I feel like that's going to open up another can of worms. Like, I want them to contact their friends and, like, have fun, but
that's the thing. It's like everything is a slippery slope. It's like I say yes to things, but then it just like you give them an inch and they'll take a mile sometimes. So it's like trying to set up those boundaries.
yeah. Did I tell you about the tin can phone? Did we talk about that on the podcast, or did I just...
I think, yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
So I told her, I was like, well, why don't you just tell your friend to, like, give you her phone number? Because I guess this girl has a phone. I don't know. And I was like, and then you can call her on your phone and you can just talk old school style. And she's like, oh, okay. So hopefully that'll suffice for now. But yeah, it's tough.
Right. I got my daughter a cell phone because I think it's important for her to be able to reach me when she's at sports or at friends' houses. Like, I want her to be able to call me if she ever feels like unsafe or whatever.
Yes.
So we laid down some important boundaries when we gave her the phone. The internet is off. But here's that slippery slope again. She wants class dojo. You know, it's like learning stuff and classroom stuff. So I'm like, well, that's okay. And you have to turn on the internet for that. So here we go again, just like, and then she wants to do this with the internet on and then this. So it's hard to navigate as a parent.
It is. I wonder too, like, if she does get the internet, like, do you have to just have, like, hey, from this time to this time in the day, you are allowed with supervision, like, you have to be in a common area to do your thing. And then once that time is up, like, you're done. I don't know if that would be helpful. Yeah, it's just hard.
There is a time limit on all of our devices.
Yeah.
And I have to approve like every app or anything. And then there's this other category of being too controlling too. Like, I want my kids to experience life and be not feeling so like
monitored.
Right. And just like, I want them to be able to relate to their friends and what their friends are doing. Like, I don't want to be so controlling. But
yeah,
it's just hard. That's all I'm saying. I'm not complaining about my kids. I'm just saying it's hard being a parent. There's no book. There are books, but sometimes they're not helpful.
It doesn't work. We're all
every child
trying
is
to figure
different.
it out.
It's just hard.
It is. All right, let's move on to a farm girl confession.
Yes.
Have you seen those trends where women who are moms our age are now unboxing their old Barbies that were never supposed to be unboxed because they were going to be worth lots of money someday? Well, now they're starting to just unbox them and give them to their kids so their kids can actually play with them. And I just did that with this like knockoff cheerleader Barbie. And so it was not like a legit Barbie brand. It lasted 20 minutes before my daughter's popped its head off, and it is not fixable whatsoever. And I'm like, I waited how many years to unbox and play with this Barbie? And my kids played with it for 20 minutes and it broke. I'm like, what? My childhood heart is broken.
That is kind of devastating. Like, you had self-control for how many years to not open and play with it, and then the head pops off in 15 minutes.
Like those Princess Diana or like any of the Beanie Babies that like we were never allowed to remove the tag because it was supposed to be worth so much money.
I thought I was going to be a millionaire with all the Beanie Babies I had. I even had remember there was like certain rare ones?
Yes.
And how did we even know this information? Like, I feel like kids on the playground were just making it up. Like, the white polar bear is really rare. You have to go get it down at the pharmacy. They just got them in. Because that's where I was getting my Beanie Babies, was down at the local pharmacy, had plethora of them.
I feel like a lot of this was the parents, too. Like, I remember my friend's mother had, like, glass cases for these Beanie Babies. She had a whole container full of them.
Oh
she had
my
some that,
God.
like, we weren't allowed to play with.
That's actually a little bizarre. I don't think my mom was like that. She's like, yeah, you want a freaking Beanie Baby? Go ahead. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. Wait, your mom was
Oh.
like being, like, she valued them? Your mom was?
Not my mom. My friend's mom
Oh.
had the glass cases.
Oh. Gotcha. Yeah.
And some were to remain in a box or whatever.
God.
Now she can't even give them away.
I feel like I can still smell them. Or just, I don't know. Suddenly I'm having some sort of memory.
The beans?
With the
The beans
the
inside?
The beans?
Is it
Speaking
the
of
beans?
beans. Do you remember Beans from Even Stevens?
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Every once in a while I'll see a guy that looks like Beans, and then I'm just like, psst, Tom, it's Beans. This is such a goofy looking guy. Sorry, that's mean.
Sure was. Anyways.
Okay. I actually let's move on to what the hell. It's funny. I think my what the hell and my what you ought to know, it's all related to today's topic, and I didn't even try. So here's a funny story. God, I hope I don't get in trouble for telling this. She's not going to listen. It's about my daughter. She came home, or I picked her up from school. She opens the car door just smiling and grinning and as giddy as can be. And I was like, what is up? And she goes, I'm going to use a fake name. She's like, Adam is going to ask me out to prom. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, the whole class knows about it. Everybody's been talking about it all day. He hasn't asked yet, but I have to decide yes or no. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, what are you going to say? She's like, I think I'm going to say yes. And I was like, the good news is you have like 8 years to think about it.
Yes. No rush. Plenty of time.
Thought that was
so
really cute.
That's so cute.
So, I don't know. And then it just like Tom is freaking out about this. He's unwell. He's like, they're too young to have crushes. And I was like, it does seem young. Like, when do you think you had your first crush? Was it like first, second grade? For me, it felt like 5th grade.
It was super young. I
Was
was
it?
probably 3rd grade. Yeah.
Mm. See, I was a weirdo in elementary school. I was kind of a nerd, and I just had 2 guy friends for my whole elementary school, basically. It wasn't until like 4th grade that I made girlfriends or even started looking at boys other than friends. Is that weird?
I remember being interested in boys really young.
Yeah. You little whore. Just kidding. Oh, yeah. Tom's not well with this.
Yeah. My daughter came home and told me that she has a boyfriend. So
Oh, no. What did Aaron
I'm right
say?
there with Tom. Aaron, but to be fair, like, having a boyfriend when you're at that age is just the title. Like, it's just saying you have like, there's nothing.
No, they don't.
It means nothing.
Right.
So we're not too worried about it. But
yeah. Oh, kids.
Just funny.
What's your what the hell?
Aaron still has swimmers, everybody.
You texted me that earlier this week. If you're just hopping on, Aaron got a vasectomy, which, whew, that was a whole ordeal in itself. Go back and listen to a few episodes. You can hear Courtney bitch about that.
But he said it was like the easiest thing ever. He's like, oh, this wasn't a big deal. I'm like, I told you it wasn't a big deal.
Probably. It sounds like the doctor didn't do it right. So, yeah, must not have been a big deal.
Right? So you have to bring in your sample like a month later or something. I can't remember how long it's been, but Aaron was like, I'm assuming I'm fine. And I'm like, that's how people get pregnant.
Right.
So I took in his sample for him because I was going into town anyways.
What did you say when you texted me? You said steamy hot. It's steamy hot sample.
That's what the doctor said. He wanted it still steaming.
The doctor said that?
Yes.
Those aren't medical terms.
So yeah, I dropped it off and they called and they're like very adamant that, Aaron, you have swimmers. You need another form of birth control.
Oh,
you are very fertile. So
He would
that's
be.
he would be so annoying.
It is. Like, he just can't stop working, and neither can his swimmers.
Yeah, give it a rest, my guy.
Just stop trying so hard. So now what? Like, do you just wait and try again? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Got to go another month or so. That's my PSA to everyone listening. Don't just assume. That's why I bring it up, not to embarrass my husband, but
also maybe a little.
It's just a little bit, but it's a good reminder that, like, don't trust a vasectomy.
I know. When Tom got his, I think he was like, it's fine. What are the odds? And I was
That's
like,
what they all say. And actually, the odds are good, but it didn't work.
Even like years later, like, I have this nightmare in my head that one day I'll get pregnant and then nobody in my family will even, like, they're going to think I went and cheated on Tom or something because he had this vasectomy. But, like, people say, like, even years later, there's still a chance one could get by. I feel like I've heard stories like this.
That's terrifying. Please don't tell me that.
I mean, I don't know. Don't fact check it, but I do worry about that. Like, what if there's, thousands of those guys come out at once, right? Thousands, millions? Who's to say?
Thousands, I think.
Who's to say one couldn't get by?
Right. And I've had a couple of friends now. They had an oopsie child because they assumed. So, just a little FYI for you all.
Check that shit out. All right, let's move on to what you ought to know. You go first. Mine's just going to be me complaining about more things.
Okay. That's okay. This is child related too. So I found out that snoring in children is really just not normal. And I heard it from my dentist, actually. She was talking about my littlest one's mouth being really tiny and that her airway is probably tiny too. And then I mentioned that she snores at night and she's like, that's not normal. Like, you should take her to her doctor. And so they ordered a sleep study, and Isla has severe sleep apnea.
Really?
Yeah. Took her to her sleep study. She had 14 different episodes per hour of sleep apnea where she quit breathing. So they're going to have to remove her tonsils and adenoids.
Okay, tell me again, what were the symptoms again? Like, just snoring, you said?
Just snoring. And she was crabby in the mornings, and it was really kind of hard to get her to school some days. Like, I would have to let her sleep in a few minutes and then take her to school instead of getting her on the bus, so she had a few extra minutes.
Yeah.
So that was a dead giveaway too. Just poor sweet little angel. She probably hasn't had a good night's sleep in 7 years of her life. That's why she's crabby.
Interesting. Interesting. You got my wheels turning now. Because Lane's always been the last one to go to bed, the first one to wake up. And up until, honestly, just a couple years ago, he'd come in the middle of the night and, want to get tucked in. He was clearly not sleeping well. And he does kind of snore, but, I'd say from time to time. I don't know. But his sleep has gotten better now lately, so it's hard to say. Is it something that needs to be checked out, or is he getting out of whatever funk he was in? I don't know.
When he falls asleep, is his mouth wide open?
Probably. I don't know. He's a side sleeper.
I would check next time.
Okay.
Because that was a dead giveaway too, is she always slept with her mouth wide open. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably wasn't getting enough air.
She can't breathe.
Right? Just thought everyone should know this.
Everyone should know that. Well, my what you ought to know, it's really not a what you ought to know. Maybe you all can help me. Courtney, I have a problem. You know this. We've talked about it. I keep overcommitting myself to things, and I need to slow my roll. I need to stop and think. I'm just so goddamn impulsive. And I'm always like excited for myself, for the person asking me to do something. I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool. We should do that. Like everything for me is always a hell yeah. And I need to find more hell no's. I don't. I'm just like, woohoo. And I need to not, because now I'm just in a pickle. I've got too many things going on and I wish my calendar was open. It's not supposed to have this many appointments, events, phone calls. Like, make it stop. Leave me alone.
I'm not going to be very helpful because I'm also impulsive. I'm always like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. I don't want to I have a fear of missing out.
Right. Same. Just today, my friend was like, hey, are you going into the city? I'm going to go to Sam's Club. Do you want to meet up? And I was like, God dang it. No, like I'm going tomorrow though. And I almost texted her back and was like, what time are you going? Maybe I can make it work. Like I was like ready to stress myself out to try to meet her because it sounded fun. And then I was like, wait, Annaliese, like just
you don't need to go.
You've got enough shit going on.
It's hard to say no.
I was complaining about it in my Instagram stories, and a couple people said their advice as recovering overcommitters is when somebody asks you to do something, you say, that sounds cool. Let me go home and check my calendar and get back to you. So I just need to like get that phrase. Like it's easy enough. Like I know that in my head, but still I'm just impulsive. I really have to like, let's put it in the calendar. What else might pop up that I would rather do than this thing?
Mm-hmm. If I say I'm going to go home and look at the calendar, I'll never do it. I won't get back to them. I'll never do anything. I'll just...
Same.
It'll go in one ear, out the other, and I'll never think of it again.
Mm-hmm. I worry about that also. I'm a forgetful little goose.
There's got to be an in-between.
Yes. Isn't there an app for this? Maybe I need an assistant? I don't know.
Maybe you should invent the app. You can overcommit to making an app.
Yeah. God dang it. Don't put more on my plate for me, Courtney.
Another business idea. Let's do it.
Let me go home and check my calendar. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Life's hard, man. I just wish I was a kid and I knew none of the world's problems, and I only had to be worried about the guy asking me to prom in second grade. And prom's not for another 7 or 8 years. What a time to be alive.
That's adorable. I love that.
All right. Did we yap enough? Did we help you, broads? Do you feel better or worse?
Do you feel worse coming out of this conversation or better?
I mean, I feel like we gave you no answers. We all talked about all of the problems. But nobody has any answers.
No solutions.
The only solution is keep on keeping on. That's all we got. Just power through.
Right. Sometimes I don't need advice, though. I just need...
Same.
To relate.
Yes. Like half the time I want to yap just because I want to know I'm not the only one with all of these problems.
Right. So if you're listening, you are not the only one. We're in this together.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. All right. Have a day. Bye.
Bye.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with us today.
If you had as much fun as we did, would you do us a favor and share this episode with a friend?
Speaking of friends, can we all be friends over on the Instagram? You can find me at @modfarmchick.
And me at Mrs. Green Pastures Cattle.
See you next week, guys.